This work is the final product of the investigation of all of us, in which we are explaining the exponential model and its application specifically focused on the reproduction of dogs and cats on the streets in Mexico.
Objective. The objective of this project is to demonstrate the numbers about the reproduction of dogs and cats in the street using as base a mathematical model to understand better the situation. This work wants to show you how a mathematical model can be useful to prevent a social issue that is very important nowadays in our society.
Now we are going to talk about the mathematical background. As we know, the subject that is going to be presented needs a graphic representation to reach our objective of conscientization of public. In this specific case, the graphic representation is going to be an exponential model based on the data that we recover from different didactic sources. First of all, the models have different uses or a variety of uses, from providing a way to explain different information or complex data into transforming it to a hypothesis. There may be more than one model proposed by scientists in order to explain or predict what might happen in different situations or different circumstances. Models describes our beliefs about how the world functions, and in the mathematical modeling, we translate those beliefs into the language of mathematics. Before knowing what is an exponential model, we need to know what is a mathematical model. So, what is a mathematical model? Well, a mathematical model is an abstract model that uses mathematical language to describe the behavior of a system. And the mathematical models are used particularly in the natural sciences and engineering disciplines such as the physics, the biology, and the electrical engineering, but also in the social sciences such as the economist, the psychology, and the political science. Also the physics, the engineers, the computer scientists, and the economists use mathematical models most extensively.
This kind of mathematical model can be applied in different circumstances or subjects. For example, in anthropology, modeling can help to classify and reconstructing schools. In archaeology, in the reconstruction of objects from preserved fragments and classifying ancient artifacts. Also, in architecture can help to build a type of virtual reality. In arts, on computer animations, and many other things. Exponential models are applied in various situations, different topics, and different investigations. They serve as support tools for research and growth reports. Now that we know what is a mathematical model, let's go to know what is an exponential model. The exponential model is a mathematical model specifically used to graph the growth of population, the epidemic spread of a threat among a population, or simply measure the growth of the things in a certain amount of time, based on exponential growth.
The person who invented the exponential model was Thomas Robert Malthus. Thomas was the one who developed a theory on the exponential growth of the population, and he made a work called An Essay of the Principle of Population in 1798. Thomas Robert Malthus was born in the year of 1766 in Dorking, Surrey. In 1793, he became a member of Jesus College. In 1824, he became part of the Royal Literature Society. In 1833, he was appointed to the French Academy of Moral and Political Science and to the Royal Academy of Berlin. In addition, the inspiration has been felt in different models of growth and depletion for resources. Among them, the Club of Rome report entitled The Limits to the World. The equation for the exponential model is y equals c by 1 plus r by t, where c is the initial quantity and t is the time passed.
Well, in August 2016, the Mexican Congress researched for help to the state's government to carry out campaigns for canning sterilization and adaptation of dogs on the streets. The main reason that for the development of dogs are the behavior of the animals, which for many people are undesirable, and that regarding to pet people feel disappointed when the pet is bald is not what is expected. This brought by the incomprehension of how to have a dog or a cat. The life of a stray dog is usually framed by malnutrition, disease, and especially abuse. All these things thanks to the fact that they don't have the appropriate shelter or they don't have the vaccines to avoid common disease of their species. In addition, the stray dogs also have a lot of problems with the traffic, like run over, traffic, and etc.
Now, with the information that we gathered from the last part, we're gonna take that information and explain the main topic, and then we will demonstrate the data in an exponential model. So let's start with the beginning. Stray dogs. Stray dogs are a pretty bad part of the Mexican culture. Here in Mexico, it's pretty common to walk down the street and see dogs, cats out there in the streets with no one to take care of them. Some of them getting run over by cars. It's a pretty sad situation. The most sad part of it is that some of the stray dogs, are acquired as Christmas or St. Valentine's Day gifts, but time later, months, years, I don't know, the owners can't handle the pet and the dog, and they just leave it on the street, causing that putting in risk the dog's life and making him really susceptible to die. So the Mexican Association of Veterinary Doctors Specialists in Small Species estimates that there are around 28 million of stray dogs, which 70% of them are on the street. The other 30, they live in houses. The sad part is that they estimate that this number that will grow 20% each year from now on. So yeah.
Street cats. Their technical name are wild cats. They are used the street like a home. It's very strange that we can find in a foundation of cats this type of cats, but we can find this type of cats if the cat need special care. How much street cat exists? Well, doesn't exist a specific amount, but the amount is similar like a dog's. So, the amount is similar like a dog. Cats live 20 years, but a street cat doesn't pass like 10 years. The street cats are solitary, but exist little groups of cats that have specific territories. Some foundations have the society of terrorizing street cats because the amount of street cats is increased and that cause environmental issues. If we avoid attack or feeding street cats, we avoid all problems in animals or in people.
So in this space we are going to do the workshop. Now that we know what is an exponential model and we have all the information that we need, we can put in practice what we learn about the model.
What we are going to do is to try to know how many dogs are going to be after 6 generations of pair of dogs and cats.
To know the quantity in dogs, we have to multiply 2 that are the parents by the sons that indicate that are 4. Then we raise them to the time that we need, that in this time is 6, but because they are in the 6th generation.
What we are going to do is to try to know how many dogs are going to be after 6 generations from one pair of dogs. We know that in general, each pair of dogs has 4 dogs from each litter. And in cats, we know that each pair of cats have 6 kittens from each litter. And now we have 2 pairs of dogs. So 4 dogs, or 6 in total, include the parents. And from these 2 pairs, now we have 8 dogs. Now we have 3 pairs of kittens, of cats. So we know that 6 cats or 8 cats in total, if we include the parents, and we are going to be the number of dogs and cats after 6 generations.
The result in this time is 8,192 dogs. And in the cats, the result is 139,968 cats.
Thank you so much.